Swolenormous.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, testicles, Welcome everyone to episode 1254 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and ye ol' hoes? It's your boy Papa Swole. Oh, Everson K2 flexing on you. Get out of the way. Papa Swole's here to slay. Yeah, I'm here slaying, beaches. What's going on? What are you working on today? What'd you train? What'd you pump? I'm going to get a nice little late afternoon, evening pump on today. Oh, it's going to be front and back titties. The front and back titties. Anterior and posterior tatters today. Gonna go front and back tits. That's what's on the docket for old Daddy Swole, for Daddy Swoleo today. Let's go through a couple things. Let's clean house. Let's make sure we're all up to speed. Those of you that are in Swolenormous X, Unlimited and Uncensored members, we had the Q&A, the Ask Papa Swole live on Thursday. So that's available if you haven't checked that out yet. We got the accountability meeting on Monday. So Swolenormous members, we got a bunch of things coming out in the accountability meeting. We're going to talk about the new releases, new yoga class, some new other content. Week 2 of Swole season we'll be discussing. So that'll be up in your accounts this weekend, by the end of the weekend. And we'll talk about the new release and kind of break it all down in the accountability meeting on Monday and tomorrow. Tomorrow is a Sunday Funday Q&A for everyone that wants to come right here on the Daily Swole. Sunday Funday Q&A. If it's your first podcast, drop it in the comments with that cherry emoji. Who's popping their swole cherry today? Any noobs? Any new people to the weekend cast? Any new people to the Swole? Anyone here today? First timers? Anyone? No one. No one is new. No fresh meat. Papa Swole ain't popping cherries today? Oof. Don't usually use this glass, and I just created a wave in my cup, and it doth overfloweth. Oh, bookworm. Popping bookworms, cherry. Pow! Poppy. Okay, so that's what's going on for this week, for this weekend. That's what's going on Monday, and it's all good. Let's talk a little bit about short-term aggressive goals. This is the perfect topic for a weekend. It's a perfect topic for a Saturday or a Sunday, just because most people on the weekends punch out. I don't know how your schedule is, fam. I don't know, those of you that are watching live, if your schedule changes on the weekends. Do you find it? Let's get a little bit of a little poll. Let's get a little summary or a little bit of the feel for the audience that's watching live. How many of you have completely different schedules on the weekend, or is every day the same day? Not psychologically. I'm not saying, okay, every day is a chance to get it done. What I mean is, are you 9 to 5 during the week and then you're off on the weekends, or are you off during the week? Is your weekend kind of like a Tuesday, Thursday kind of thing? Some of you have different schedules where you work weekends primarily and you have off during the week. So just kind of get an idea, because the weekend is the classic thing where, okay, everyone's Saturday and Sunday is different. And then over the course of the last 100 years, that has become more or less of, okay, people are off on the weekends, then Saturdays, and it's like half a day Saturday, and then some people just have off on Sunday. Nowadays, people just work whenever. Like, things are open all the time, so there's always someone that's willing to work on a Sunday. And there's some people that don't want to work on a Sunday, but they'll be working during the week. And then some of you might have a Monday off or a Friday off or something like that. So if you have a different schedule, doesn't really matter when it is. If your different schedules on a Tuesday or Wednesday, I just think psychologically it's a little bit different when someone has Saturday and Sunday off, just because it's classically the days off where most people are off on the weekends. I would still say most people are doing less on the weekends. I think it's also because kids are out of school. There's no school on the weekend, so teachers are off. Parents are usually off to be with their kids. It's kind of like that. And then there's the religious stuff on Sundays and all that. So I would say the majority of people are still off or have a different schedule on the weekend. So you're more likely to completely punch out. It's not just 2 days off. Okay, well, I have more free time. a lot of you use that as not an excuse, but you plan other things that you can't do during the week around those times, so you don't train on the weekends. But the problem with not exercising or training and not staying on your focus, not staying locked in, not staying consistent is a lot of times the nutrition goes with that. When you're not training, if you're not on your routine, everything changes. Your entire routine changes. You leave what you normally do behind, whether it's healthy for you or not. So people end up doing a Monday through Friday, 5 days in a row of like, hey, I'm doing good. And then on the weekends, they completely unplug and they do nothing. So you're getting a percentage. You're getting 2 out of 7 slacking. You're slacking 2 days out of 7 in a lot of cases. And a lot of people start on Friday with happy hour, or they go out to dinner. They start that slide. They start that negative kind of trend. They start that negative kind of movement towards just being a lazy fuck, right? Doing the opposite of what they've been trying to do the whole week. Monday through Friday is locked in one way, and then Saturday and Sunday kind of fall apart. So let me just get a little bit of some feedback in the comments. We'll show up some, oh, look at that. That's a sexy beach right there. Yeah, she knows it too. She knows it. I'll give you a little Papa Swolio while we look here. Let's see. Why do I keep seeing ads for that body shaper before your vids? Probably because I made a video on it and they assume that because you like that video that you want to see more of it. That's pretty funny though. This is my rest day. I've been cleaning since 8 a.m. and it's now 4:30. Whoa, that's a lot of cleaning. That's a dirty place. I cleaned a little bit. Saturdays are reserved for long runs, 8 miles and up when I train for the LA Marathon. Oof, marathons. Good Lord. Occasionally, my boss needs assistance for a big trial. I go in on Sunday to finish setting up his trial stuff. I go off of Swolenormous time. It's always Swolenormous time. I like the weekend. I have the gym to myself. Amy, between both jobs, I only have Sundays off. I work till 1 on Saturday and use my weekends to get in longer gym time and grocery shop and meal prep. Bookworm, different. I get up at 6 instead of 4 a.m. Oof, and study and work out harder. There you go. Weekends are cool. Nobody goes to the gym. It's mine. My work week is different every week. All right. So it seems like a lot of you are just kind of having this. There's something different going on the weekends. But I think everyone knows. I think everyone is pretty familiar with having a different schedule. Whatever your day off is. The weekend is kind of an arbitrary concept. I mean, it's Saturday, so it's very contextual. So this podcast is airing right now. It's Saturday, October 12th. So it's applicable because it's the weekend. But anytime you have a different schedule, if you're off on a Monday or a Tuesday, it's still different and it's still going to affect your mindset. So if you take off from the gym, you're normally training and you're not training now, a lot of people just let everything else go. They just let it all go. They just don't take care of anything. They don't address their fitness whatsoever. So use this podcast, use this today as some inspiration to at least get something done. That's why when I talk about active rest, it's yoga, it's foam rolling, it's meditation. It doesn't have to be intense training. Just posted a Daily Swole Extra Thirsty in Uncensored for those of you that are uncensored members. A little clip on this same topic yesterday. It's available in your account. So if you haven't checked that out, that's a little bit more insight. It's about this topic. It's about taking time to recover and to refresh and to replenish. And a lot of people don't allow for that. And I still say every day, but it's the concept of every day. It's not necessarily that you're crushing it every day. And you can't crush it. You can't do high intensity every day. You're going to burn out. A lot of people try to do that. They're always fucking pushing themselves. They don't meditate. They don't slow down. They don't do yoga. Oh, it's too slow for me. I can't handle it. You're the person that needs it the most. If you can't handle it, you need to fucking learn how. You need to practice. It's a practice and it's hard for some people to slow down, but you have to slow down. I shouldn't say you have to, but it's a really, really good fucking idea. Weekends are great days for recovery. Weekends are great days for yoga. You know, if you're home and you can't make it to the gym, you have kids, it's like, do it at home. Do stuff at home. Do some foam rolling. Do some regenerative stuff. Right now, I'm debating whether or not I want to go to the gym. Like, I want to go to the gym. I want to crush, but I also want to, for me, it's usually, okay, if I stay here to do some foam rolling and I tell myself I will, I usually won't. I'll do a little bit, I'll dabble, and then I'll get distracted with something. So a lot of times I go to the gym just because if I leave, okay, at least I'll be getting something done. If I'm here, I get distracted easily. So it's hard for me sometimes to focus attention while I'm still in the office. I get down on the ground and I'm doing something. I'm like, oh, well, I can send a message or, oh, I should remember to do that or write this down so I can get distracted and not get it done easily. So you have to figure out how you work. If you need to leave the house, then you got to leave the house and just focus on just getting out of the house, and then it'll be better for you. Some of you can actually do it at home. Some people work better when they train at home, or some people like myself I could do both, but it's hard. It's easier for me to get distracted than it is to focus and do something at home. So I usually have to get out of my normal routine or out of my space. Tried foam rolling for the first time today, slow and steady to find the squeal. Yeah, if it's uncomfortable, you want it to be as uncomfortable as it can be, that you can hold it in position. Okay, you don't want to constantly move. You want to hold it. So right when you find that real sensitive spot, you want to hold it there for like 30 seconds to a minute. And if it's too uncomfortable for you to hold in that position, then move off that spot a little bit until you can. So you want to be able to hold it. If you're moving back and forth, you're not relaxing the tissue as much. A lot of people just kind of roll fast. That's not how you do it. Once you find that, you want to find the most sensitive area that you can hold it steady and like relax and stop that twitching. It's nasty. But again, like a lot of things, foam rolling, most people do that improperly. They just go back and forth really fast and they don't actually hold it. They don't get the true inhibition. It's like getting a massage and having someone just jam their thumbs in to you real deep, and it doesn't feel good. Your body reacts, your body tightens up. You want it to release, you don't want it to tighten up. Oh, getting some good coffee today. So now I'm debating whether or not I do want to go to the gym. My arms are sore from my arm workout the other day. So today was going to be chest and back. My arms are a little bit sore. They're sore, they're tight. They'll loosen up, but it's almost to the point where it'll probably affect my workout today. So it could be an extra day off. It could be. Debating it. Could go to the gym, could just do some glutes today. A lot of times when I don't know what to do, or I'm like, I want to do some strength, but I don't want to lift anything or use one of my body parts up, so to speak, I'll just do glutes instead of worrying about, oh, should I do chest and back today? Should I wait another day? I'll just go and do glutes. Not even just my entire legs, just do a lot of bridges and stuff like that. Always good to activate some glutes. That's like my standard. If there's ever a body part I want to go to the gym, but I'm not sure what to train, always do glutes. You never really get sore. You can get sore in your glutes, but you have to really destroy them. So it's always good to activate, get them moving a little bit. It's good stuff. Nothing like some good booty action. Good booty action. It's your boy, Papa Swole, yo. That's how I roll, yo. Yeah, so I don't know. Front and back titties. Could be a front and back titty day. Could be front and back titties. Not sure. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking and thinking about it. I got some sweet potatoes in the oven. Huge sweet potatoes. Absolutely massive. Christine, I do a lot of gym stuff with my kids on the weekends. That's good. Laura, hard for me to get to the gym. I live in a small farming town, and the closest gym is 45 minutes away. Yep. Doing stuff at home. That'll answer a lot of your questions. What do you think of Nico Avocado started health and fitness in his mukbangs? Started health? I don't know what you mean. I know generally. I made a video on his stuff before, but I don't follow him, so I don't know what he's doing lately. I'm flat-footed and on my feet all day at work. I have to wear non-slip shoes, but for the past 7 years, I wear barefoot when I'm not working. My feet have been killing me. Killing you from what? From work? You might have to wear orthotics. You might need different footwear. I don't really know the context. What hurts you? What you're doing at work or what you're doing for the past 7 years or at home? I mean, the thing is, I like to be barefoot all the time or wear barefoot shoes. However, if you're at a job that requires you to have certain shoes and certain footwear, you have to kind of work around that. Sometimes you have recommendations or requirements that you can purchase your own, but if you have to like get a certain kind, that's tough. You might have to work around it with some insoles. Maybe. I don't recommend those, but of course, like if you're doing it for work and not for comfort or for personal style, that's a different thing. Doesn't make it any better of an idea to wear those shoes, but you might not have choices. Weekends are my downfall. My husband is home and he is sweet but totally knowledgeable about weight loss. A Big Mac is a congratulations for being good all week. And he is sweet, totally knowledgeable. A Big Mac is gross. See, I would like having a Big Mac. There's no reason for me to have that's not a treat. That sounds disgusting. Like a treat for being good all week. You're not a dog. Like, why don't you eat some real food? That's my recommendation. See, good all week. It's like, 7 days of not fucking eating chemical shit. That's what goes through my head. I'm like, so 7 fucking days? Yeah, it's like you want to congratulate your body by giving it fucking fake food. But people make their choices. And you put that in my comments, I'm going to talk about it. So fuck your couch. Anyway, gross. They have inserts for and short foot exercises for flat foot people. Short foot exercises. The sound of a Big Mac gives me a stomach ache. Big Macs are fucking disgusting. At least go to Five Guys. I could have read that question wrong or comment wrong, but you guys get the idea. I'm talking to anyone that would eat a Big Mac after fucking 7 days of being good. Did a bicep and tricep workout yesterday morning, worked all day, then spent 7 hours at a football game running a concession for one of my kids' fundraisers. Ooh. Nice. Let me see here. I've gone to Five Guys before I haven't been there in a long time. I mean, the right footwear is everything. I love, there's so many great brands and they're not always cheap. I mean, you could just go barefoot. Everyone's like, well, I can't afford barefoot shoes. It's like, well, you don't have to. Just take your fucking shoes off. But of course, if you're at a job or you're at work or you're in a gym, you can't just go barefoot. There's rules and they have their restrictions. And certain jobs, you don't want to be barefoot. You can fucking lose your toes. If you do construction, it's not like you want to walk around a construction site barefoot. You'll lose your foot. So you need steel-toed boots. And depends on what you're used to. But people that just go from wearing shoes and never being barefoot to all of a sudden being barefoot right away, you can really hurt yourself. You can get stress fractures super easy just because you're not used to walking so much or running or doing any kind of jumping. You want to really stay away from jumping or impact or running for a long time, especially on hard surfaces. But if you're trying to build up into like barefoot running and training your body, just be more barefoot on grass. Start running around on grass barefoot, on sand, soft surfaces. Just start walking around more. It takes a long time, especially if you're doing on hard surfaces. You don't want to do barefoot running on pavement. If you're ever able to do that, that takes months, if not years of buildup. But I never like seeing someone run on pavement barefoot. Maybe for a short period of time, really slow, but that's not a normal surface for a human being to run on, concrete. Maybe if it's like dirt or gravel with like slippers or sandals or barefoot shoes, but concrete, humans aren't supposed to run that far on like that kind of surface. If there's ever dirt roads and stuff or rocks, I mean, it changes directions. You're not really running fast. It's more like hopping. Has any of the Swole fam ever woken up to find the whites of your eyes have turned blue? You mean like a White Walker? What are you talking about? Yeah, you should go see a doctor. That sounds like a mutation. Sounds like an X-Men movie. I just got done with 4 hours of martial arts teaching, lots of bodyweight workout exercises, then went to private tutoring. All of that was barefoot and I love it. It's great. I'm barefoot right now. I got golf balls and tennis balls under here, so I'm like standing on them while we're doing the podcast. Is it podcast? Yeah. Oh, I'm on a golf ball right now. I'm cracking my toe knucks. As a kid, I never wore shoes. Well, kids are not supposed to wear shoes. You have little tiny feet, little baby feet, and you crush them into like sneakers. Your kids' bones are forming like that. It's foot binding. It's not like the Chinese, that ancient tradition, but it's similar. It's pretty similar. You're forcing the foot to form in a box. That's why the pinky toes are pulled in so much. Your feet are supposed to be more spread out like a web. It's not normal. It's not normal to be in shoes. Oh, it's cracking, man. Oh, I wonder if you could hear that on the pod. Oh, that felt good. Oh, yeah. A nice golf ball. And it's so easy just to roll out the bottom of your feet. It takes time. It takes time. I've been doing barefoot training for years, almost like 10 years. And, with different types, I used to do I used to do trail running barefoot. I would run on the beach all the time barefoot. And then I stopped running so much, or sprints. But then I just started, I just don't like sneakers. And the more and more that I've continued to wear the Vibram, just be more barefoot, like, especially in the last couple of years, it just has dramatically increased how often I am without shoes. So now when I put shoes on, unless they're very roomy or fitting shoes or barefoot style shoes that have a wide toe box, I can barely wear it. I just feel like I'm clumping around. Vivo barefoots and those kinds of shoes are great because they have a wider toe box, zero shoes and stuff like that. But aside from that, with my Vibrams, I love those, and being barefoot. Anything else just feels like I'm wearing horseshoes. I'm like clomp around. I'm putting like steel around my feet. The foot coffin doesn't feel comfortable. You don't really understand how weird shoes are, but literally when I walk around, when I go to the supermarket, when I just go out in public and I see people wearing sneakers, it looks so weird to me. It looks so weird to see people in sneakers. Just looks awkward. Like, oh, that person's wearing hoofs. Hooves. That has hooves. They have horseshoes. It looks weird. It just looks strange. It's like when you're looking at people's stomachs, you're just absorbing how people walk and their posture. You just notice all the bad posture all of a sudden. You notice all the stomachs. When I say go to the supermarket and you look at people's guts, everyone's got a gut. That's not normal. That shouldn't be normal. Everyone's got a gut. Why? Because they're eating too much food. They're not exercising. They're eating bad food. They're not exercising. It's very, very simple. They're not sleeping properly, not sleeping well, not eating right, not hydrating properly, not exercising. They're not doing anything right. They're not doing anything right. That's why people look unhealthy. That's why people are dying, because literally the fundamental things that a human being should be doing, people aren't doing. They're not moving. They're not eating right. They're not drinking. Like, what do you think? Of course they're dying. Of course getting cancer. Of course having all these fucking problems. We're literally doing everything wrong. I'm shoeless, but 3 pairs of socks. You're wearing 3 pairs of socks? What? You're wearing 3 pairs of socks. Why? Why? How often do I eat? Once or twice a day? I just eat in the evening. I don't measure how many times. I eat for a longer period of time. I'll eat for like a couple hours. In the evening time, after I go to the gym and work out, I'll just be making food and I'll just keep on eating. I wouldn't say I eat one meal a day. Probably I eat like in a time frame. I usually don't eat earlier in the day. Like I haven't had anything yet today. I did have some bulletproof coffee. So I did have calories, but I didn't eat food. No carbs. Yeah, but I'm going to go to the gym and then afterwards I'm going to eat, and I'll have sweet potatoes in the oven right now and I'll have a steak and I'll make all my food. Wrestling shoes. I like my wrestling shoes. Yeah, Sabrina, my Vibrams have changed everything. I can enjoy running again. My form has improved dramatically. It goes back to normal. If you don't know how to run barefoot, all you got to do is take off your shoes and kind of like jog, like just kind of run down the hallway, like lightly, real slow. You'll see how you move. You don't run on your heels. You run the balls of your feet. Why? Because your body is naturally absorbing the shock. So when you put on sneakers, you start running, smashing on your heels. That's what's not normal. Your body is supposed to absorb shock. That's why you have an arch in the foot. And that's why your calves have such a strong mechanical advantage. You can just go up on the balls of your feet and your body will just automatically, the calves will lift. The Achilles tendon, the calves, the gastrocnemius, and the soleus will lift 200 pounds, 300 pounds easy on the balls of your feet. If I handed you 200, 300 pounds in your hands, you would fall on your face. It would rip your arms off. Right? But all of a sudden, you just go on the balls of your feet, boom, 200 pounds, cake. The reason is because that lever system in your ankle is designed to spring. It's designed to absorb and decelerate a ton of force. I work solo in office, rarely wear shoes. Only when a client comes in, I have to look presentable. Even my lawyer drops his dress shoes as soon as he comes in. Well, that's cool. Well, if there's no one around, it's all good. You're usually doing stuff on the phone anyway. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, here, I don't wear a shirt. So when I talk about I'm not wearing shoes, no joke, I'm wearing shorts right now. I'm wearing shorts. Sometimes I'm not wearing pants, but I'm not wearing pants right now, but I'm wearing shorts. And I don't even wear a shirt. So I'm completely barefoot, and I'm standing on a golf ball right now, and I also have one of those like little hard bump mats where I can stand and kind of massage my feet. So it's cool. I kind of fuck around, lean back and forth, keeps me moving, so I'm not just standing in one spot. That's another thing, because this is a standing desk and it goes up and down. But even if you're standing in one spot, people act like standing desks are the shit, and they are. They are. I love it. I love this. It's a great desk, but it's not, okay, I'm standing, so I'm all better. You can just stand in one spot and like ache and then lean. So if I have this little tennis ball or a golf ball, I'm kind of moving side to side. I'm shifting my feet. I'm leaning forward. I'm shifting in my energy and balance. And I don't get that stiff feeling. So it's extremely important to have this kind of a fidget, in my opinion, where I'm not just standing stiff in one spot, because then it'll just kind of get achy. So I'm kind of stepping out on the ball of my foot. I'm rolling down to the arch. So I'm shifting on the back of my left foot to the right, moving side to side a little bit. So it's not so much that I'm massaging, which is true, but it's also I'm shifting my weight and I'm moving around. So I get a little bit more movement during the day. I don't get that stiff, like, oh, I've been literally locked like a statue, because that doesn't feel good either. It's good to always be moving. And it's not fidgeting. It's just like I'm massaging my foot, but it just helps me shift my weight a little bit so I don't get too stiff. Just chilling today, chilling hard. A reminder, tomorrow is a Sunday Funday Q&A-ness. So if it's your first time, a little quiet for Saturday. We talked about the short-term aggressive goals this weekend. Let's come back to that again, just to kind of wrap things up and make sure that people that showed up early or didn't show up early, we kind of get back to the main topic. We shot the shit a little bit, talked about barefoot training. We talked about the weekends and changing your schedule. But those short-term aggressive goals that we talked about earlier, this is the only, like today, if you just focus on today, you focus on what you need to get done today, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Just focus on a couple big things. Just fucking knock it out. Focus on one thing. What's one thing you need to get done? Like for me, after this podcast, I'm going to go get a pump on. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do that. Okay, I'm going to do that and get the fuck back here and get to fucking work. Like I have shit to do, but I'm going to boom, 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 and just chop away a couple more things, a couple more tasks that I have to do this evening. And I'm excited. I'm excited to do that. And all you have to do is focus on one. Just focus on one. Just focus on one thing, short term, like literally in the micro in your day. Because if you stack those things together, you're going to get better results. You don't have to just take off because it's a Saturday or it's a Sunday. It's just a day. Like do something. Just kind of boom, hit it. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure what to do. Go to the gym. Just fucking go. Just fucking go. Figure it out. Oh, I'm kind of, so I don't know if I feel like it. No one does. Go do something. Go stretch. Go on the treadmill for a few minutes. Go on the step mill for a few minutes. Go take a walk outside. Go for an extra long walk with your dog. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Do a little meditation. Do a little foam rolling. Do a little yoga. Do a yogi squat and just sit there for 5 minutes. Try to hold it for 5 minutes. Try to get your heels to the ground. Do something. Just do something. It doesn't always have to be super organized. That's why for those of you that are unlimited members, the Swole 7, the 7-minute mobility workouts, it's like it can guide you through it, but you can always just do a little something. There's always a little something to do. There's always some time to kind of get a little movement in. Just got to make it more of a constant. Make it more of a constant state of mind that you're always thinking about moving, doing something, doing a little recovery, that you're not wasting a lot of dead time between tasks. Little things I need to work on too. These are things that I share with you because they come up in my mind. Like you have a lot of things on your mind, a lot of things you want to do today, but then you lose a lot of that empty time, but you can compress. You have a little couple minutes here and there. If you stack everything else up better, you get 5 or 10 minutes of mobility. It'll make you feel a lot better during the day. I love working out when I am sore. It feels great. And then do Swole gravity. Yeah, sometimes if you have a little bit, soreness is relative. Sometimes you're sore and you're hurt. And sometimes, like right now, a little stiff. But it's the kind that, like, you do a couple pull-ups, do a little dead hang, and all of a sudden it'll loosen up and I'll feel good and it'll turn into like a great pump. So there's that like kind of stiff and like recovery, tight, sore. And there's also like, okay, I worked out yesterday, my legs are sore and they hurt. Like right now I'm a little bit that kind of sore, but it's more of like a stiff, more like I worked out hard, my body's recovery. And right now it's kind of like, I need to like stretch a little bit, get some blood flowing, and I won't even feel it. Might not be a heavy day, but I can definitely do something for sure. Any ideas for releasing a trapped nerve? Well, I'm not going to say anything like that online. How do you know if there's a trapped nerve? Is that diagnosed? Or are you just saying that? There's a lot of things you can say. You have to go see a medical professional, physical therapist. You could do things like foam rolling or myofascial release, but I couldn't tell you if that's going to make whatever you have worse. So, you don't assume what it is either. You might think it's a nerve. A lot of times it's just a muscle. Most people confuse muscle issues with nerve issues. I'm working out as I listen to you, and I so did not want to work out today. Preach! I don't really want to either. I have some things I could do instead, but I'm going to go do it. Why? Because I need to as well. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for episode 1254 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gaincast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. For those of you that are Swolenormous Uncensored members, brand new Swole Motion vlog coming today. And of course, we have the Sunday Funday Q&A tomorrow. And again, for Uncensored and Swolenormous X Unlimited members, on Monday, accountability meeting. We got week 2 of Swole season that is dropping this weekend. We'll talk about it Monday, and also another brand new yoga class. So lots of stuff coming, but until then, I'll see you all tomorrow for the Q&A, and I'll remind you all what's coming up on Monday and any new releases and cool shit. So you want to learn more, you want to join the Swole fam, check it out, Swolenormous Uncensored, swolenormousx.com, all the details in the membership section, and you can catch all the exclusive content not available anywhere else. And I will see you all tomorrow for 1255. Peace, McGeese, deuce, Magoose, ya boy, Papa Swole, out.